In this problem, we're being asked to integrate cosine of x over 1 plus sine squared of x with respect to x. What we want to do here is recognize that this looks a lot like the integral rule of 1 over 1 plus x squared. This would come out to be arctan or tan inverse of x. And so I want to make my integral look like the integral I know. Okay, so how am I going to do that? Well, here it looks like I need to adjust the denominator to be 1 plus something squared. Well, I over here, 1 plus sine squared, 1 plus x squared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do u substitution. I'm going to let u be sine of x. If I do that, this right here could become a u squared. That's fitting this form here. Now, the only thing left to do is if I turn this to be in terms of u, I also need to make sure the rest of my integral is going to be in terms of u as well, right? So same thing over here. This rule was for x. If you adjust this to be u, this would need to be u as well. So let's do that. We take the derivative of this with respect to x. Derivative of sine would be cosine. And therefore, du is equal to cosine of x dx. We send the dx over multiply. So what I notice is that my denominator becomes 1 plus that u squared, my sine squared. And up here in the numerator, the cosine x dx, that's going to be my du. And so if I go ahead and take this and I rewrite my integral now, I'm actually integrating du over 1 plus u squared, right? This all gets replaced with the du, 1 plus this becomes u squared. That is this rule. All we would do is pull out the du if it helps, so we could just have the placeholder of 1 and write this. That might be easier to recognize, so as you write these out, just make sure you put it in whatever form you have kind of memorized your rule in. This becomes, like we said, arctan of u, because u is my variable here, and then we're going to go back in terms of x because we didn't start with the variable u, right? Looking at the original integral, we were in variable x's, so you want to be final answer in variable x as well. So we'll plug in for u we said was sine of x, therefore the integral of cosine of x over 1 plus sine squared of x is equal to tan inverse or arctan of sine of x. And then of course don't forget your plus c, your constant integration, because this is an indefinite integral, right? No bounds. We want to make sure we always put that plus c, get the general solution.